What's up guys, welcome to When You Learn Chinese. When you find learning Chinese difficult, When You makes it easy for you. In our channel, we will always help you learn Chinese in a fun, easy, and practical way. Click the subscribe and bell buttons below so that you won't miss our mini lessons in the future. Today, we're gonna have another grammar lesson for beginner or HSK1 level. You will learn how to express occurrence, namely what has happened, and completion of actions with the particle le. Firstly, you're gonna learn the meaning and two different structures with le in this grammar point. Then, you will get to know the idea of aspect and different tenses expressed with le. Finally, we will learn its negative form. Now, let's get started. 让我们开始吧。
成功了吗？这是最后一批转向发动机，已经全部重启了。成功了。
Verb plus le. The word le can be added after the verb to indicate the occurrence or completion of an action. In this case, le is a particle, which is grammatically functional but has no actual meaning. There are two structures for this usage. Le can be placed either at the end of a sentence or between the verb and object. However, they are not always interchangeable. When it's at the end of the sentence, its structure is subject plus verb plus le. Depending on the type and meaning of the verb, there may or may not be object after the verb. Example with the object. 他去商店. 他去商店. She goes to the shop. But if this action has already happened, you can add the particle le at the end, changing it into 他去商店了. 她去商店了. She went to the shop, or she has gone to the shop. In this sentence, 商店 is the object of the verb 去 and placed right after the verb with the particle le at the end. Example without the object. 他的狗死. 他的狗死. Her dog dies. This form doesn't make sense in both English and Chinese. So normally, the action 死 has occurred and completed. So you need to add le at the end, making the sentence 他的狗死了. 他的狗死了. Her dog died, or her dog has died. Watch some extra examples from different movies.
你不怕我揭发你吗？证据呢？小陆，其实我不是个坏人。我跟他20多年了，公司从没到有，我立多少功了？最后得到什么了？我跟他20多年了，我立多少功了？最后得到什么了？我跟他20多年了，我立多少功了？最后得到什么了？
站住！站住！站住！警察！站住！别跑！站住！抓到人了，货被他们扔下海了。小包，等等，等等！抓到人了，货被他们扔下海了。抓到人了，货被他们扔下海了。
Alright, let's have a look at the second structure. Le can be also placed between the verb and its object. Subject plus verb plus le plus object. For example, 我吃了3个苹果. 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 他买了新的电脑。他买了新的电脑。 他买了新的电脑。你喝了我的可乐。你喝了我的可乐。你喝了我的可乐。
哟，还有点脾气啊！
凯旋之死嘛！哎呦，老子劳苦功高，挡住了小日本的枪炮子弹，保护了南京，保护了你们这些女人，脾气大点还不行啊！挡住了小日本的枪炮子弹，保护了南京，保护了你们这些女人。
挡住了小日本的枪炮子弹，保护了南京，保护了你们这些女人。
队长，发现枪杀船员的海盗上了小艇跑了。
队长，我去追！
不行，老兄，前方海域太多海盗了，太危险了。
他们杀了人，不能让他们逃走。
发现枪杀船员的海盗上了小艇跑了。
他们杀了人，不能让他们逃走。
发现枪杀船员的海盗上了小艇跑了。
他们杀了人，不能让他们逃走。
It is true that these two structures can be normally replaced with each other. 我吃了苹果 equals to 我吃苹果了。他买了电脑 can be replaced with 他买电脑了。You can say 你喝了可乐 or 你喝可乐了。But if a modifier such as a numeral, an adjective, a pronoun, or other attributives is added before the object, native speakers tend to put了 between the verb and the object, instead of at the end of the sentence. Now learn some similar usage in other movies.
我和弟兄们雄心壮志，谁知道开张还不到半个月，每天平均被人扫荡1.3次，1年内死了6个兄弟。
The object 兄弟 is described by the numeral 6个, so the 了 needs to be placed between the verb and its object.
呼叫领航员号空间站，听到请回答。
重复，呼叫领航员号空间站。我们有了新的解决方案。
Here, the adjective 新的 describes the object 方案, so native tend to put 了 right after the verb.
你问我绝招，绝招只有2个字：奉献。6秒了啊！就是把你的全部奉献给你所热爱的一切。你并不是征服了这片土地，你只是战胜了你的对手。
We have the pronoun 你的 in front of the object 对手, so 了 is put after the verb again. Question: Which of the following statements is correct about the 了 used to express completion? It is wrong to simply take 了 as the ed form in past tense in English or other languages. To fully understand and master the usage of the completion 了, you need to work on the idea of aspect in Chinese. Unlike the tense, which focuses on the past, present, and the future, aspect refers to the different stages of an action, such as progression, continuation, and completion. Actually, the particle 了 is used to indicate that the action has completed, but does not necessarily show that this action took place in the past. This means as long as it indicates the state of completion, 了 can be used for past, future, or even present tense. For example, 他来了, 他来了 simply indicates the completion of the action con. But with different time words, adverbs, or contexts, it can be used in different tenses. 他昨天来了，他昨天来了。昨天 yesterday, indicates that it happened in the past. 你看他来了。你看他来了。你看 means look, which implies that this action is taking place right now. 他明天来了就去看你。他明天来了就去看你。明天 tomorrow is the sign of the future tense. It's clear that 了 refers to the aspect, namely the completion of the action, while time words indicates the tense. You need to know that the usage for present and future tense in these examples are beyond HSK1 level, and I include them simply because a systematic grammar knowledge helps learners to master the language faster and more smoothly. So don't panic if you feel a bit struggled with the explanation. For learners at beginner or HSK1 level, you only need to know the usage in past tense, and we will come back for a revision in our future lessons for higher levels. Now, let's take a look at how it is used for different tenses in Chinese conversations.
20岁，我回国了，但是你出事儿了，我就很轻松地赢了5年。
那不挺好的吗
？20岁，我回国了，但是你出事儿了，我就很轻松地赢了5年。
那不挺好的吗？
这个房子现在买了，那可是婚前财产啊！不好意思啊，我得把房子写到我的名下。这个房子现在买了，那可是婚前财产啊！
到了补给站，你自己回吧。赶最近一班车，别让老爷担心。到了补给站，你自己回吧。
Question: What is the negative form of the sentence 他昨天去商店了？他昨天去商店了。You might have already learned the negation word 不, but in the negative form of the completion 了, depending on what tense it is, we will use different negation words. A simple rule is that 不 is normally for present and future tense, while 没有, or its simplified version, 没, is used in the past tense. Since HSK1 only requires learners to have a command of completion 了 in past tense, we will focus on 没有 and 没 in this lesson. As usual, you need to add 没有 or 没 in front of the verb. But more importantly, the particle 了 must be omitted, namely removed from the sentence. So, to negate a sentence, 他昨天去商店了, you need to add 没有 or 没 in front of the verb 去 and remove the particle 了 in the sentence. Therefore, we have the negative form 他昨天没有去商店 or 他昨天没去商店. Finally, check some negative forms in other movies.
但是有一点我必须强调，这次行动还没有得到上级的批准。还没有得到上级的批准。还没有得到上级的批准。
怎么，亲爱的？
违规开车。
违规？你这是盗窃。
没偷是借，卡是我姥爷的。没偷是借，卡是我姥爷的。没偷是借，卡是我姥爷的。
我们成功了吗？这是最后一批转向发动机，已经全部重启了。
Thanks for your watching. 谢谢。希望你学会了。Hope you have got it. Like our video to show your support. Leave your comments below and let us know which movie you want to learn Chinese with, or which Chinese grammar you want to see in our mini lessons. Follow our social media for more learning content in different platforms. 再见。